sail away, take a break or stay, print a magazine, build a house of trees. Don't be so afraid that you'll leave one day. We can watch the new midnight sun in June. The world is spinning around you and me under the sun. We'll always stay in this heavy static sound.
The workload.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to our Facebook Live and our YouTube Live. We always encourage everybody, because if you want the best experience every Monday morning, go to our YouTube channel, which is the I Needed That Podcast YouTube channel. And this is being streamed right there live. The benefit of being on YouTube Live is you get to be a part of the comments and the discussion. And on Instagram, because Meta doesn't play with Google, it doesn't work that way.
Right. This is true. Why do they hate each other?
Yeah, it's just so silly to me.
Apple, Meta, Google.
Yeah, they all just don't play well together.
Yeah. Well, you know, it's one of those things where there's like a saying like, well, the pie's big enough for all of us, but they're so massive, maybe it's not big enough. It's like they want the entire pie.
They do.
So,
That's all that is.
And they can have the entire pie. But for the rest of us, it's like, oh, I'll share. It's okay.
Yeah.
We're all friends. We're all going the same direction.
Like there's nothing more frustrating than when you have one friend who's on a droid and they send you a video and it comes over this small. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Bro, anytime I get a green text message, I'm like, oh, who's like, especially in a group message, all of a sudden it's like you get the green text message, or if you like something on it, it says, oh, so-and-so liked it. And you're like, man, who's got the Android?
And I guarantee the droiders feel the same way about the Apple people. They're like, who are these dumb Apple people all stuck to their stupid Apple technology?
Yes.
Yeah.
They're like, don't you realize the hardware here is so much better?
I know.
But see, here's the thing. And I'll give it to like a lot of these Android phones. The hardware is better, but the software, but the actual user experience for Apple is so easy. And the way that they've integrated it with all things Apple, it's like, if you have one Apple device, you got to get all of them and you become like an Apple family. But the actual hardware that they make for a lot of these Android devices, it's way better.
It's way better.
It's way better. Yes.
The cameras are better.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, it's fine. It's just one of those things. And Apple people, you know what I'm talking about. Droid people, you know what I'm talking about. Once you go down the hole and you're all connected on your things, it's just such a pain in the ass to unravel that.
Yeah, it is. It is.
That's all that's about.
Yeah.
It's just such a pain in the butt. We got some Scottish people checking in on YouTube here today. We've got Tim's out there having a little lunch break.
By the way, I must say, after we had what was the name of that incredible guest we had on?
Oh my gosh, there's been so many. Well, there was
Emily,
Mary
yes, but
from Amelia Thompson.
Yeah, Amelia Thompson from Scotland. I really love that Scottish accent.
It's the best.
It's the coolest thing ever.
Do you follow her on the gram now?
Yeah, of course.
She's
absolutely.
great.
She's amazing.
I love it.
Yeah. And
my feed has improved exponentially since starting to follow the people that we've had on this podcast. And I'm not joking about that.
Oh, really?
Because their content is so good and they're on the path. And that's what's super fun. They're on the path. And it's exciting to kind of be a part of that journey. And then, having them on the show, we know all the behind the scenes stuff. And so it's awesome.
And our group of guests has been so eclectic, obviously from incredible professionals to people who've gone through, their own transformation journeys into these everyday heroes. So, of course, if you guys haven't yet, if you go back into the archives and listen to some of our older episodes, we've had some incredible conversations with some brilliant people. And so it's just fun being here, just sitting back and continuing to learn with a childlike curiosity.
For those of you that are on our YouTube feed or our Facebook Live, like I said, it's a better experience on the YouTube page. And so if you want to head over there, you can. But last week we had the woman on the show, Brianna. I'm going to play a quick clip of her podcast. Listen to this.
Were you a better Brianna for your son and for your husband?
1,000% was a better mom, better partner, because I took that hour for myself.
Yes.
To go do something for me and move my body. And it had such profound impacts on my mental health, not even, physical health, totally another story. Obviously it was very transformational, but from a mental health standpoint, was exactly what I needed.
Awesome.
She is such a fantastic voice, and I love what she's doing. I love how she's helping other moms who dealing with that pregnancy weight and trying to figure out a way to get rid of it and get back into the version that they miss about themselves. I mean, that's what she was telling us. Was she looked in the mirror and she was like, "Who is this chick?
Yeah. Yeah.
Who am I?"
Yeah.
And so she's awesome. And then today, bro,
oh man,
Large Baj gets dropped.
Yes, that was a wild interview, and he threw some curveballs that we weren't expecting. But at the same time, like, here's a kid who I swear he's lived a lifetime by 20 years old. He's been through a lot.
He's tremendous. Can I tell you what I love about him? Is nothing to the folks that we've already had on the show, but I believe Large Baj is our youngest guest so far.
Yes,
unless I'm really wrong about that.
No, you're right.
Like he's barely out of his teens. I think he's like 2021.
He's 20.
Is he? And his energy and the things he talks about, the way he talks about things. Watch this clip as we kind of talk about his journey.
Like normally what I tell people, I say I'm a fat POS, but you know, like, because that's who I was back. Like I didn't want to change. I didn't have the drive. I didn't have motivation. I had no discipline. I wasn't doing anything with my life. So it's like, why give myself any credit back then, especially for that person? Like, yes, the moments in my life led me up to eventually wanting to change. But back then, like, even the way that I was talking to my parents, man, I would have beat the hell out of myself. Like, I would be throwing elbows at myself right now from back then. But again, that's what comes with maturing, growing up. And then every single moment in those times, too, has led me to exactly where I am right now doing this podcast with you guys.
Yes.
Let's go listen to his cast. It is so awesome,
man. And
what
again,
a ride.
He's been through so much, but he can speak to a lot of the younger generation, especially growing up, struggling with his weight. And you know, I really love is that even at 20 years old, he's very aware of the mental aspect of his transformation. He talked a lot about his negative self-talk all throughout his childhood. He talked about, I mean, he started yo-yo dieting freshman year of high school.
Right.
He ended up crash dieting, gained it all back. And it wasn't until some really traumatic events in his life. And I mean, again, he's 20 now, but he went through some really traumatic events with his brother. And
his brother passed away
Yep.
in a drunk driving accident.
Yep. And his own struggles with depression, suicide. And then and he decided to turn it all around. And here he is. And man, this kid, he's
Now
full
he's got
of
his own
energy.
products, man.
Yeah, it's a really incredible conversation. I'm excited to see where he goes with his life from here.
There's Ashton watching on our YouTube channel right now. She says, I just listened this morning. Happy Monday, guys. Thank you
What's
very
up,
much.
Ashton?
Yeah, it's anyway, so it's all out there right now. Bunch of transformation stories. If you guys haven't heard, the idea here is that we kind of, you know, we stay in this transformation lane and we help you out through the storytelling of other people. I mean, that's the best way to learn anyways, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And then but we're also going to splash in some really interesting and knowledgeable professionals
Next
in
week.
the mix. Yes. We actually had the opportunity to interview Marion Nessel, Professor Marion Nessel, who is a spark plug unto herself, wouldn't you say? I mean,
she's amazing. I mean, what I love is people that get on and like they can't figure out the audio or the video and they just get pissed about it.
yes.
I don't know what's going on. Maybe it's on your end. Maybe it's on my end. I don't know what's going on. She is awesome.
She was not. I wish you guys could actually see everything that happened before we hit record. But
Did you have a split second moment where you were like, maybe we should just let her go?
I
Did you?
You did too, right?
Yes.
I was like, I don't want. Okay, first of
I
all,
don't want her upset with me.
no, I was about to say the same thing.
Yeah.
And I've looked up to Professor Marion Nessel for 20 something years. I mean, I've followed her for a long time, and she's the one who I learned so much from about overall policy. And oh, there we go. Andrea is saying this is so cool to see the two of us together. Appreciate Marion Nessel. She is incredible, and she can speak to the fact of like, hey, this whole increase in the rise of obesity and this epidemic that we're in, it is not an individual thing. This is actually all. It wasn't necessarily strategized, but it was just a big money play on the part of the food industries because they're simply trying to sell product. They're trying to sell food, surplus of food. And that creates a surplus of calorie intake for us. And you realize, and man, she breaks it down for us. But boy, is she a spitfire, huh?
She's incredible.
Yeah.
So anyways, next week you'll get that interview. which should be a lot of fun. Have you and the family, to just kind of pivot a little bit, have you and the family done the Taylor Swift movie thing? Is that a thing that's on your radar for the whole crew?
So I did not get to go, but yes, Ruby and Cash, their mom took them to
Oh,
the
good.
movie just a couple days ago.
Okay.
And
I heard it's only playing on the weekends.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh, did you guys do it?
No, well, no, my wife wanted to, but we had hockey and some things, and it didn't really work out for us to go.
Wow.
But she really wants to go badly.
I heard it was sold out in like 350 IMAX locations.
That's it.
Or something like that.
She is incredible.
Oh, man.
She's
It was
the whole conversation. She's the NFL conversation.
Mm.
She's the movie conversation. She's
Right.
the concert conversation.
yeah.
Like,
yeah.
It's so crazy to me. Yesterday I went to a coffee shop and there was 2 tip jars, and one of them said Kansas City Chiefs and the other one said Taylor Swift.
That's amazing.
But it is getting to a
Oh.
point, I think, even like pseudo Taylor. Like, I like Taylor. I'm sure
Yeah.
you like Taylor.
Oh, yeah, she's great.
But I don't need 24/7 Taylor.
Oh, man.
Right.
It's a lot. Have you seen the shirts with like the Chiefs logo and it says
I have.
Taylor Swift's boyfriend's
Yes.
football team?
I have.
Yes.
And she is single-handedly moving the needle in terms of ratings
Oh, yeah.
for the NFL, in terms of apparel.
Yeah.
Those Swifty shirts are off the charts
Oh,
right now, the
man.
Chiefs colors.
That's crazy.
If you're okay, so here's a question for you as a boss. Okay, I want you to put your boss hat on.
All right.
Everybody put your boss hat on.
Yes.
If Travis Kelce is the guy that you've signed to play on your team, and
Right.
he's now with Taylor Swift, and he is generating billions, maybe.
Right. Right.
It's what it feels like.
Yeah.
But for sure, millions of dollars of revenue.
Right.
Are you the kind of owner that writes Travis a nice little thank you check and just says, "Hey, man, this is really cool. Just want to let you know we appreciate it."
I would nowadays I'd be scared to cross that line.
Okay.
Just I'm putting on my owner hat right
Yeah,
now, which
for
means
sure. That's why I asked.
that comes with a lot of liability. That's all you worry about is CYA as
Yeah.
an owner. So like I don't want to cross that line because who knows if how it would come back. You like if you're an owner of a football team, you have to go off of statistics and
Sure.
how he's performing as
Sure.
a player. Because if you reward him for
I guarantee his agent doesn't feel that way.
oh yeah. Right, no
I
kidding.
guarantee his agent doesn't feel
Oh,
that
I'm
way.
sure he doesn't.
The next
That-
time that contract comes around, he
Oh.
is going to be like, "Oh, and by the way, we dated Taylor Swift."
Right, exactly. And so we are now
Add a
entitled to
Add a zero.
add another comma onto that one.
There you go.
What
There
would
you
you do as an owner?
Yeah, I don't think you couldn't cross that. I agree with you. You couldn't
Right.
cross that line of like writing a check and say, "Hey, thanks for dating her," because that's kind of
Right.
that's just silly. But I do think when it comes to negotiation time, he's got some more clout.
Oh, he's got some clout. I mean, you were talking about just all the statistics as far as sales go and everything. I don't know if this is true, but I heard, I guess like the New York Jets game sold out,
Yeah,
right? Which is, when they
not a thing that
played there, of
happens
course.
until Aaron Rodgers went there. but
right,
yeah.
right, exactly. So I mean, hey, it's moving the
It's
needle.
moving the needle.
Yeah. And so
Are you a Taylor Swiftie? Are you? Do you know a lot about her? I pulled some trivia and I was going to ask our audience
Oh.
to see if they could get it right.
well, this will be fun.
Yeah.
I wouldn't really put myself in that category, but I do know a decent amount because of my daughter.
Okay, so here we go. Here's question number 1. Type your answers in the comments, everybody. The
Oh,
first
here we
question
go.
is, what is Taylor Swift's middle name? Now, don't Google it. If you know it, put it in the comments, and then we're going to start to show some of those things on the screen. The
Okay.
Instagram audience, what is Taylor Swift's middle name? Do you know?
I don't know.
I don't know
Can I? Oh, you know who does know? Just a second.
Okay,
This
find out.
A
See if she knows.
9-year-old who's laying about 30 feet away from us. Hold on, just a
Okay,
second.
here we go. See if she knows.
Ruby,
She might be still sleeping.
Rubes. Hey, what's Taylor Swift's middle name? Thank you.
She got it. She nailed it.
Zero hesitation.
Zero hesitation. Allison is the answer. Question number 2. What album contains the song Shake It Off?
1989.
You might be right about that. Does anybody else have a guess? Throw it in the comments. What album contains the song Shake It Off?
Anybody. Come on, Insta.
Ashley is
here we go.
watching on
Yep.
YouTube, and she says 1989. Tina Douglas says 1989. You are both correct.
Yes.
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 Okay.
You know,
Which, go ahead.
I was gonna say Insta. I wish my phone is glitched. I can't see the comments.
Oh, yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. It's not like refreshing, is it?
Yes.
It's a pain in the
But
butt.
we know that you guys know the answer.
We think you do.
Yes, we
Final
do.
question. Final question.
Okay.
Which singer co-starred with Taylor in her music video for End Game?
For End Game,
Which singer
I think I know.
co-starred?
I think I know.
Yeah, it's one of her closest buddies.
Oh, is it?
They're together I don't should say together all the time, but you think about this person when you think about Taylor Swift.
Okay. Then in this case, I think I've got two guesses.
Who's on the guesses on
Uh,
Facebook and YouTube? Which
End
singer
Game.
was in Taylor's music video for End Game? Janet saying Selena Gomez.
Ooh, I
Not
didn't
the
think about
answer, though.
Selena Gomez. I was thinking Zayn from One Direction or Ed Sheeran.
Ed Sheeran is the answer.
Oh, okay,
There
okay.
you go.
Well,
There's-
I'm batting 500 on that.
you're
one.
doing fine. You want a bonus question?
Yeah.
Oh, all right, here we go. Bonus
And
question.
then by the way, can I call a friend, which is going to be Ruby again?
100% you should. Okay, so I am a humongous fan of this artist. Humongous fan of this artist. So here's the question. What? Let me go back to it. I just lost my spot. Who, I should say, did Taylor Swift co-write the song Exile with?
Oh,
Okay, Exile.
Jeez.
Beautiful song, and it's beautiful because she got with this artist to make that music. And this dude is so forward thinking. He is trying things nobody else has. He's got the most unique sound out there, and people that love him love him. Okay, Katie.
Prince.
Katie, Prince has passed away.
I know.
Sadly.
I know, but you spoke so highly.
Katie, got it right.
Wow.
Bon Iver.
Wow. Is
Yeah.
that how you say that? Bon Iver?
Bon Iver. Yeah.
I've been saying it wrong.
Have you
for
been saying
years.
Bon Iver?
Bon Iver.
That's
what
a lot
I
of people
do.
do. It's not even his real name. I know he's got a real name, but Bon Iver is like his pseudonym.
Okay, so I got a question for you now.
Hit me.
You seem to know a lot about Taylor Swift. Are you a secret Swiftie yourself?
I like Taylor a ton, like a ton. I had an opportunity once to meet her.
I was going to ask.
And what happened was we went to her concert at the University of Phoenix Stadium. This was like 5 years ago, maybe 6 years ago.
Yeah.
And they asked us if we wanted to come down and get a tour of the concert set, which is insane, right? It was a 3-story city,
Yeah.
basically.
Oh, yeah.
And so we got there, and this woman named Andrea walked us around. And then at the end of it, she was like, "Hey, do you want to go meet my daughter?" So not only did I get a freaking tour of the set by Taylor Swift's mom, then I get to go backstage and spend about 10 minutes with Taylor, and it was fantastic. She is the coolest people on planet Earth.
Do you know how many people are freaking out right now? Just the fact that you got to meet her mom and then you got to meet her in person. That's huge.
I put my arm around Taylor
Oh.
Swift and took a photo.
Man,
Yeah,
that is
she's
awesome.
She's so cool.
Bro, that's a totally a bucket list item right there.
Are you kidding me? It's
Yeah.
probably next to Oprah
Yeah.
and maybe like Barack Obama, President Clinton. I'm thinking of I've met some really globally
Wait, you-
famous
you
people
met-
before.
Barack Obama?
Yeah, a couple of times. He used to work out at
Wow.
my gym
No.
in Washington, D.C. when he was a
What?
senator.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
And Bill Clinton?
And Bill Clinton.
Is
I met
is
John
he as
McCain. I know
charismatic in person?
all of them are.
I've heard.
Even-
Yeah.
Like I met Bush before a couple, just briefly, but
Wow.
all of them are. There's a reason they get to where they go. They're
Yeah.
an unbelievably charismatic.
Yeah.
They know how to work a room like nobody's business.
Yes.
It's got to be exhausting because they're always on.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've heard Bill Clinton, like when you meet him, you feel like you're the only person in the world.
That's how
and
it was
he's
for George
right-
Bush as well. That's how it was for
Wow.
Barack Obama as well. It's how it was for Hillary Clinton as well. It's how it was for
Wow.
John McCain. I met all those folks, and that's exactly how they make you feel.
Man,
It's a gift.
it is a gift. You
Yeah,
don't
of
you don't just
course.
learn that. That's a gift.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, you have to work on that skill
Yeah.
because it's exhausting.
Yeah.
Because you meet a lot of people you don't like.
Yeah. Boy, no kidding,
And
right?
you know what I mean? Like, and
Yes.
you've gotta deal with it. All right.
And they'll never know it.
Last question on Taylor Swift. Here we
Okay.
go. Last question on Taylor Swift. Don't forget, brand new episode out today. Large Bodge, total transformation story. It's incredible. What animal does Taylor Swift have a known affection for?
Oh, I do know this one.
Do you?
Yes.
Let's see if the YouTube and
All right.
Facebook Live and or Instagram audience knows the answer to this question.
Y'all
Which
better get it.
animal does Taylor Swift have a known affection for?
You guys know this one.
Are we
You know
getting
this
it
one.
here? Are we
Yes.
getting it here?
Yes.
People are laughing. Katie says cats.
Yep.
Jennifer says dogs. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Tina says cats.
IG.
Do you know what it is?
You guys know. I know what it is.
What?
Cats.
Yeah, there it
she
is.
loves her cats.
She loves her cats.
Yes.
Why not? I love my cat too.
I'm curious so I've seen a couple documentaries with her, and she is all about her cats. I wonder if in the latest documentary, is it all about the Eras tour, or does it show a lot of behind the scenes?
No idea.
And with the friends.
I gotta go
don't know.
watch.
If you guys have seen it, yeah, let us know.
Would you guys recommend it for those of you that have seen it? Have you because wasn't this the first weekend, or was last weekend the first weekend? This is where I don't know.
I think it was this weekend. I think it was.
Did anybody go
Yeah.
see it? And was it? Oh, okay. Here we go. Anya says it's strictly the concert.
Strictly the concert. Okay.
Because what I'm seeing on TikTok, and I'm sure you're seeing all this stuff on TikTok and Reels, is people are like theaters are literally screaming at the top of their lungs, singing along with this.
Oh yeah.
I
Yeah.
can't even imagine
I've
how
seen that.
loud that is in the theater for the other moviegoers.
Well, let me tell you, I was at the concert.
Yeah.
And I couldn't, my ears were ringing for a
course.
couple days afterward, because I've never heard decibels reach that level, and at a hertz.
Yeah.
At that high of a pitch, it was pretty, and it wasn't her singing, it was like all the 8 to 44-year-old
Yeah, exactly right. I was like, don't
Yes.
stop at 14. Add another 4 on that one.
Exactly.
Here's Janice with the comment. A lot of us feel like right now, it's like so tired of hearing about her. And I know it does. It gets to a point where it's fatiguing. And I'm sure even Taylor gets to a point where she's like, guys, I need to disappear for like 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Or maybe not. Maybe she's just over there going, oh,
Yeah,
nice.
no kidding.
This is nice. Taylor's making it rain.
Oh man.
Anya
Yeah.
says it's great, but it's long.
Okay.
Good to know.
Good to know. Good to know. Well, good move on her part, especially because I know a lot of people, like, those tickets were just insanely priced. And so to give everyone else an opportunity to actually have that kind of experience, I think it was brilliant.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we're going to wrap up here for the day. Don't forget, we got a brand new podcast out today with Large Baj. That's his name on Instagram. He's gone through an incredible transformation after the loss of his brother in a drunk driving incident, and just literally took control of his life. So much so that now he's like you. He's got his own product line. This guy
Yeah.
is literally getting it done.
It's really incredible. And if you guys want to see his befores and afters, we're posting them on our social as well as the I Needed That, which just go to at I Needed That podcast.
Yep.
And you'll see his before and after. And as you see his before and after, though, yes, and I do talk about this a lot, you will see an incredible physical transformation, but wait till you hear what he went through not to achieve that, but for that to become an afterthought, because it really is all reflective of this incredible journey that he's been through. And now he's on the way.
He's on the way,
His
man.
body is a reflection of this incredible mental journey he's been through.
So fun.
Yeah, it's awesome.
It's a great little interview. So
Yeah.
thanks guys for checking in with us today. Don't forget, if you ever want to leave a review, you absolutely can. We love to know what you think about the show. 5 stars are always great, but if you're going to leave 1, just tell us why. And,
Yeah.
we want to work on it.
Absolutely. And subscribe. Again, I hope you guys love the show. Hit the subscribe button. Be sure to do that.
All right. Well, have a great day, guys.
Love you
We're going
guys.
to go record our podcast right now. Peace and love.